Epilogue, July 4th, 2026, America at 2:50. I remember the crack of muskets long before I remember the crackle of fireworks. I was born not in a single moment, but in a long argument. Ink-smeared hands over printing presses, bitter winter marches, whispered oaths in dimly lit rooms. I was not pure in my beginning. I was stitched together by the hopeful and the frightened, the idealists and the opportunists, the dreamers and the schemers. 250 years later, I stand under a different kind of sky. Above my cities, tonight, the darkness blooms with color. Rockets rise, briefly mimicking the artillery that once decided whether I would exist at all. Children cover their ears at the booming reports, then laugh as showers of red, white, and blue fall like luminous rain. Families gather in backyards and on rooftops. The smell of charcoal and grilled meat curls over neighborhoods that did not exist when I was young. Music drifts through the warm July air, some of it borrowed from centuries ago, some of it made yesterday on glowing screens. I hear the voices raised in celebration, in argument, in doubt. They talk about me constantly. Some say I am lost, that I have betrayed my earliest promises. Others say I am still the last best hope. They repeat familiar refrains, that unseen hands control me, that secret societies or distant bankers or nameless elites steer my course. The accusations are newer in detail, older in spirit. In taverns of 1776 and on message boards of 2026, humans have always searched for the hidden architect behind their disappointments and their miracles. I know those rumors well. I was there when men in aprons and sashes met in private lodges to discuss not only philosophy, but trade and power. I was there when generals weighed victory against personal glory, when diplomats in foreign courts carved up maps while preaching liberty in polished prose. I have watched charters drafted in candlelight and algorithms optimized in fluorescent-lit offices. Each era has its circles within circles, its meetings behind closed doors. Yet there is a truth that no conspiracy fully owns. I have always been more than the designs of the few. I am the printer's apprentice who risked hanging to smuggle a pamphlet under his coat. I am the courier who rode through sleet with a message that might never be read. I am the farmer who left his fields to fight at a crossroads town no one had heard of. I am the enslaved woman who heard the word freedom spoken in distant halls and wondered when it would reach her door. And I am also a citizen of today, staring at a phone, scrolling past headlines, rumors, and careful lies, deciding what to believe. 250 years ago, men argued over how to bind me together, over whether power should live close to the people or high above them, whether wealth should be concentrated in a few careful hands or scattered like seed, whether faith should guide my steps or keep its distance. Their signatures dried on parchment that now sits behind glass, guarded like a relic. Visitors shuffle past, snapping photographs, looking for hidden symbols in flourished letters. They are not wrong to look closely. There are always layers. Hidden in plain sight in those old debates are concerns that still haunt my birthday festivities. Who decides? Who profits? Who is invited into the circle? And who is held outside the ring of light, staring in from the dark? Through civil wars and civil rights, depressions and booms, panics and renaissances, I have seen plots both imagined and real. Governments overthrown in distant lands with quiet assistance from my agents. Corporate boardrooms where decisions about water and medicine were made in minutes and felt for generations. Secret programs buried in deserts and clouds of classified ink. But also, I have seen school boards argue over books. I have seen town halls full of ordinary people demanding explanations. I have seen juries deliberate, unions organize, volunteers rebuild after hurricanes, and neighbors argue bitterly online, only to hold the same ladder steady in the real world. If there is a hidden order guiding me, it has never been able to silence the chaos of my many voices. On this night, my semi-quincentennial, crowds gather under monuments that my first citizens could hardly have imagined. Some of those monuments honor men whose faces appeared on currency and in portraits, men whose names are carved in stone. Others are quieter memorials, brass plates on sidewalks, murals on brick walls, photographs of unknown marchers raising homemade signs. Above one city, lights arranged by satellites trace my outline against the night, a glowing map of 50 stars and 13 stripes. People cheer, record, and share, compressing this moment into packets of data that will glide through fiber and air. A nation born of quills and lead type now celebrates itself in pixels and code. In the crowd, a child asks her grandfather if the stories are true. Did they really meet in secret rooms? She wants to know. Did they hide codes in the buildings? Did they know what we'd be like now? He hesitates. He says they sometimes met in secret and used signs and symbols, that some believed themselves chosen, enlightened, but he also tells her about the printer's apprentice who misset type in a key paragraph because his hands were shaking from cold, about the courier who nearly lost the message in a flooded river, about the farmers who voted in dusty town halls where no grand designs were discussed at all. Would they recognize us? The child asks. I ask myself the same question. I see faces of every shade and story in the crowds. I hear languages that once would have been foreign in my streets, now woven into my everyday soundscape. I feel arguments over identity and belonging that my founders would struggle even to name. My old lines, who is worthy, who is equal, who is American, have been drawn and redrawn, sometimes with ink, far too often with blood. The conspiracies that haunt me today claim I am either already lost or never truly born. They say that shadow governments, global cabals, or digital overlords have replaced the messy, fragile thing that began in 1776. They say the experiment has failed, but I remember how uncertain this experiment always was. The men who signed that first declaration did not agree on much beyond their common enemy. Some feared the mob as much as the king. Some believed liberty had strict boundaries of race, class, and gender. Others dared to imagine more, even if they could not yet say it aloud. I was in an argument then. I remain in an argument now. On my 250th birthday, I do not exist only in marble and anthem. I exist in every small decision made by people who will never have a chapter in a textbook. A poll worker who stays late, a journalist who refuses to soften a fact, a programmer who questions a line of code that might quietly tilt the scales, a teacher who hands a student a difficult book instead of an easy answer. If there is a secret at my core, it is this: I am not guaranteed. I am the uneasy balance between freedom and order, between belief and doubt. I am the promise that power can be questioned, that no king, no council, no algorithm, no invisible committee is beyond the reach of ordinary voices raised together. The fireworks reach their climax. For a moment, the sky over each city becomes as bright as a battlefield at noon. Then the last rocket fades, leaving behind only smoke and a few scattered sparks. Silence settles, thinner and more fragile than it was before. In that silence, 100 million private decisions begin to form. To vote or to stay home, to listen or to shout, to share the story or to twist it, to see neighbors as co-authors or as enemies. I was born in conflict and compromise, in half-kept promises and rash bravery, in speeches meant for the ages and deals meant never to be spoken of again. I carry all of it, the noble and the shameful, the documented and the rumored, the official records and the secret histories. Tonight, I am 250 years old. I am still being written. And however many conspiracies wind through my past, however many hidden rooms and coded letters shaped my path, the pen has never fully left the people's hands. That is my only enduring mystery. That is my greatest hope.